Battim. Came across your channel. Okay, well, you're probably not watching it. I'm probably not going to watch this. Don't really care. I put it up there in time. People may say it. Fall on deaf ears. But there's a channel called Battim, and it's to Battim, even though you blocked me because I insulted you. Why did I insult you, Battim? I mean, you can't even think of this. Okay, you create a channel, and some of your stuff is quite good. At the beginning, you start making sense. You do tend to lose your points. You are very ambiguous with certain points, and you do make mistakes. Okay, for a start, groups and tribes are not the same thing. Bands, groups and tribes. You simplify your argumentation. Okay, and it's easy to do when you're trying to squash things quickly into a video. Okay, the reason I insulted you, Battim, in my later comments was your continuous habit of refusing to understand the initial points I was making, taking the initial points which were at the beginning quite simply, okay, positive criticism in the fact that you were making mistakes. Okay, now if you can't take the fact that somebody says to you, okay, that Chomsky is not a conspiracy theorist, okay, which is wrong to say, and you take that personally, there's no point in throwing insults at people because they point out your mistakes. And at the end, you're right, you're a nice little silly comment at the end on my channel page. What was it? Something about 74 views for your videos. The last two videos have got 74 views. 74 people have watched, or it's been watched 74 times. Big deal. I'm not here to play to the media. I'm here to try and talk on a community thing. If people are listening, to my friends, or those that have got open minds. You obviously don't have an open mind, Battim, which is ironic considering the theme of a lot of your videos. Okay? Now I suggest you go back over your own videos, back over your own thoughts, and see where you originally started and see what you have become. Okay? You accused me of being anti-Zionist. Well, I will admit, okay, I do not agree with the present situation in Israel. I don't think that the Israelis have a right to claim the land that they have claimed. Look at the history. Okay. Now, unfortunately, we do live in a world where if somebody disagrees with Israel now, they are called anti-Semitic, anti-Zionist, etc. I do understand that the Rothschild family were involved in the setting up of the Zionist movement and in the creation of the Balfour Letter, etc. Parts of history. Undeniable. Now, it's pointless with your reaction. I mean, this is one of the other reasons that we got into the argument, Battim, is because I read through your comments, and rather than opening a debate or a discussion, you insulted people. Ironic when you think of the last statement you wrote on my profile page. So I jumped in. But not only on you, if you look through, I was also pointing out little errors of other people concerning the fact that the Torah and the Bible are not the same thing when someone said it was, and insulted you. So I wasn't taking their side against you. I was being quite balanced. But unfortunately, when you try to break up sometimes a fight, you know, the classic thing, drunken man and his wife, the drunken bloke slapping the wife around, you grab hold of him and you pull him off and you get hit over the head by the girlie with a stiletto heel. The girlie is you, Battim. Okay? Right, if you want to sit there with your own little ideas and your own little points and do whatever you want, fine. Do that, but don't be a hypocrite. Okay? Come out with it. Say exactly what you're. Don't try and play the fair man and the good advice thing, which you're doing in your earlier videos. Your videos concerning Israel come across as being pro-Israel, anti-Palestinian. your method of responding to people comes across as that. And if you want to say that's right, then come out and say it. You're pro-Israel, anti-Palestinian. Don't try the holier-than-thou rubbish and the hurt little child rubbish when somebody points out that you've made a mistake. That's all. Now if you want to discuss it, discuss it. But don't start insulting people and then be surprised when they throw back insults to you, like saying you're an idiot. Because at a certain point, when you're trying to discuss something and somebody's not even understanding, for example, I'd mentioned Chomsky in response to your comment about Chomsky in the video, saying, okay, I'd mentioned Brzezinski, and somewhere in your head you mixed it all together and thought that I was some kind of theorist mixing Chomsky and Brzezinski together. I've read them both, I've read other things as well. And talking about the logic, I mentioned that you were thinking like Ayn Rand. And from somewhere in your mind, you imagined that I was suggesting that you were a follower of Ayn Rand. I said Ayn Rand's logic, black and white thinking, which you don't seem to do. You're just too simplistic. So if you want to go around insulting people, okay, don't be surprised when people insult you back. Battim, really, you're a disappointment.